Hello Artur. Today we have a very inspiring guest on our channel. Artur is the youngest ever made CEO of a real estate company on Costa del Sol. So it's very exciting to be here in your office today, Artur.
My pleasure. Very nice to
Yes.
have you here. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having us. Well, today's a beautiful day to have an interview with you. I have many questions prepared for you.
Fantastic.
How are you feeling today?
Very good, very well. It's Friday afternoon. We always on Fridays feel a little bit more of excitement somehow. So hopefully we'll be able to transmit that to your audience.
How did you start your day? What did you do today so far?
Well, that's an interesting question. I have a challenge right now that I did for myself for 21 days, which there's many things, but the first one is to start swimming in the sea in the morning, then gym, and then office.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
Yes.
that's a challenge. I guess it's really nice to, break down the routine, no? Daily
Yes,
routine.
I'm looking for other ways of inspiring myself to be more creative.
Oh, very nice. And I guess your job is many things, no?
Yes.
We'll speak about it later more.
Fantastic.
Yes. So, as I said, you're one of the most successful entrepreneurs in Marbella. So it's very exciting to hear about your story. And today I'd like to start actually from your past life, from the beginning. So where are you from originally and how did you end up in Marbella?
Easy. I was born in St. Petersburg in Russia, and my parents moved to the Marbella area when I was about 5 years old. So I grew up around here in Estepona. I went to Sotogrande International School, and that's how I came to Marbella, basically by luck. But the older I become, the more in love I become with Marbella, and I realized how lucky I was that my parents chose this place.
Yeah, definitely. It's an amazing spot, no? In Europe, I guess it's very...
It's the best.
Yes, definitely. Okay. Well, then it was very quick, about your life and everything.
Well, I mean, I can go a bit more in details if you want. I dropped out of school when I was about 16. I just finished my GCSEs back then, and then I kind of dropped out. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but I didn't understand what my future was going to be. But I always had a passion for, not a passion, but like a desire to, work and try to get to something in life. I started with very simple things. I tried a mini business of cleaning cars, then I got my license as a lifeguard, and I worked in many different beaches as a lifeguard. And and you let me know how long you want me to do it, because
No worries, no, you just continue. It's like a conversation,
Amazing. So you stop me whenever you want. And then when I was about 18 years old, I didn't have much of a plan. I was lucky though that I had the 3 languages, Spanish, English, Russian, and my boss and current business partner called me up and offered me to work for him. He just reopened Drumelia in 2009 after the crisis, and by himself. Previously he had a big office, but then they closed because of the crisis. And 2009 he reopened and called me, said, listen, why don't you assist me with basic stuff? I was 18 years old. The pay was good, 900 euros. So I thought, yeah, that's amazing, why not? Another funny side story, that Sergey got to know me when I was 14 years old because he was driving past where I lived and he called our for sale sign. So he met my dad to list his property for sale, then they became friends, so he started coming over, and that's how he met me when I was 14 years old.
Ah, okay.
So little coincidence in life that then changed everything.
Changed all your life, right? From up to down.
Yeah.
Okay. How the internet says about you. You have revolutionized the Costa del Sol market with the videos of mansions and other real estate properties reminding of James Bond films.
Well, there was one of you that we took the ideas from James Bond, probably, yes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And that's why I want to speak with you about your YouTube. Okay. So, first of all, you have more than 200,000 followers on your YouTube channel.
Yes.
When did you first start publishing the videos?
I think our first video was in 2015 or 16. Yes. That's when we started, and we always had an idea for trying to do things outside the box. and we were very lucky to have, even back then, a very creative team. So one of the suggestions that came from the team was, let's try and do YouTube. And then we started first with simple, I would say, well, maybe not back then, but simple music videos of properties. And then it led to more and more, and then the property tours, which kind of was our biggest breakthrough in about 2020, which again was a way of looking at things differently. It was the times of Corona. So there was a lot of uncertainty about everything, about our business, about, well, not only about our business, about everything. And we couldn't go on the street to show properties. So we found a way of how we can show properties without having clients, which were the property tours. So we kind of changed the problem into a benefit, so to say.
That's really interesting, because also what they say, Drumelia built a successful young team with the new advanced forms of digital marketing. This is what we're speaking about now. This is all digital marketing. And how is it nowadays affecting your company? Does it really enhance your sales? Is this the new reality, of sales in real estate?
I think that 100% digital marketing is the new reality. It's where real estate and many businesses should be heading to. 100%, and we have achieved some good things that we're proud of as a team, and now we're also at an interesting point in our business, like a pivoting moment when we are analyzing deeply what we've achieved, what we've done, how we've achieved it, and kind of trying to make the next breakthrough, the next step, not just to continue doing the same old. And I think in the end, our business, our main competitive advantage will lie in finding the balance and combination between, let's say, old school real estate and young, creative and more different approaches, without forgetting as well the 20-year experience, the old school things, which also work perfectly, and actually some of the best ideas are the forgotten ones.
That's right, that's right. Well, now Drumelia is one of the top real estate agencies in Marbella. Everyone knows you, everyone heard about you at least once. So what?
Hope so.
Well, definitely, definitely. You were even invited to Les Roches to speak in Luxury Marketing Week.
Correct.
Yes?
Yes.
How was the experience?
That was amazing. I was really proud to be invited. It was very great to be there. I was impressed by the amount of young but with great potential students. I spoke to many of them after the interview. It was a great experience, great school, great feelings. I mean, yeah. But I hope that I also provided some value to them.
Well, definitely. I haven't been personally, unfortunately, even though I would love to. And this week, yes, actually, this luxury week is really interesting for students,
Yeah.
hospitality students, because we're the future leaders, like usually people who graduate from this school, they're supposed to be future leaders of the hospitality, and not only. Let's continue about Drumelia a little bit again. Your videos are truly inspiring, and when I've been watching and looking at the production, and I feel like you've spent a lot of effort to hire an effective team of production and marketing. Is this the key to, like, how do you usually work with your production team? Is it your initiative, or are they, like, inspiring, and do you have their inspiring ideas?
Well, it's a little bit of everything. Definitely 100% the key to any success is the team. Not only marketing, anything you want to do. There's an interesting saying I read the other day that says, if you want to get somewhere fast, go alone. And if you want to get somewhere far, go with a team. So I think it applies very much to your question, and in regards to the idea as well, they come from all different aspects. It's true that at the beginning I was much more involved with the creative side, even though there were amazing professionals next to me. But now I'm trying to look for more creative people that can take a little bit the lead in the next steps, and people that have more experience and can also kind of mark the route. In the end, what they also say, hire people that know, that will tell you what to do. And I'm taking a little step back whilst still being involved a lot also with marketing and pretty much every other areas of the company.
Did you have any inspiration when you first started doing your tours? Was there someone like from American market that you were truly inspired by and you were like, yes, we have to do the same?
Yes, absolutely. I think personally my inspiration came in part from what was going on in the digital marketing and real estate in America. There are some amazing professionals there like Eric Conover, Serhant, Enes Yilmaizer, and of course we were looking at them as our main source of reference and inspiration to see what we can do here. And in parallel, I've always been a huge movie fan. So a lot of, I don't know, I had a bit of always ideas from movies that I've seen or other things like that to try to implement that as well a little bit into the things that we were shooting. Yeah.
Very interesting, because I'm also a big fan of movies, and when I first started doing interviews, I have another idea, to record some cinematic pieces, like, for example, with the owners of hotels, boutique hotels. I'm in love with one boutique hotel that I want to visit, and I'm also that's why when I see your videos, I'm like, this is like a true inspiration for young people, for everyone, who are starting. Yes, that's definitely true.
Thank you, thank you. In part, we feel lucky that we have the chance to a little bit inspire people, and I think that's definitely one of our missions. Not the main one probably, but one of the missions. And yeah, I'm happy that we can participate in that, because the real estate career atmosphere in general is becoming much more popular nowadays, and at the same time there's somehow I feel, maybe I'm wrong, that there's a limited amount of references. So we would definitely like to become one day a good solid reference for people to be able to get inspired or learn from.
Well, you're ready, I think.
Well, I think that we still have a lot to do.
Yeah, okay. Well, my question is, have you had any, one particular video from whom, your customer came and they were like, this is the video that I saw, I want this house?
Well, we've had a lot of interesting cases, I must say. I would need to think a little bit, because we have had many times people coming through a specific video but eventually buying something else, because the purchase process takes a lot of time, and even if you fell in love with this video, the way you feel when you see the house in person might be better or might be worse, but then you have to take into account other properties that you see as well. But I have definitely met many clients that bought with us that were the main reason for buying with us was our YouTube channel. They gave us some amazing feedback, how much associated they became with the brand and with me, and that sometimes even watching our movies, because back then we used to also put the videos every Friday at the same time. So many clients told me that they used to have like a family moment at home every Saturday, 10 o'clock in the morning with the kids. We would watch the new property tour from Drumelia. So that's a very interesting brand awareness and interesting thing to consider about YouTube, the way you can sort of enter the homes and the people's life and connect with them off the screen, something that on Instagram is impossible in that sense. The last client I met a few months ago that bought an important property with us, sold his business for around 300 million plus, and he told me he was my fan. I told him, no, I'm your fan. You sold a business of 300 million. You cannot be my fan. But yeah, he was saying many quotes from many videos of mine that he remembered, and yeah, and actually he bought the house that he saw on YouTube. Correct. It was quite an expensive property in Zagaleta.
what is your favorite property now? We will put a video, if you have one on YouTube, if you tell us the name.
Well, I mean, I must say, you know, when you see so many properties, I don't have a favorite one. I think, like in many things, my style and taste, they change over the years. And I love properties and I love real estate, but I don't have a favorite one. I see it very from a professional angle, like, but I would love to one day build a favorite one, because then I think I would more or less know how to do it.
Okay, nice.
But we've had some amazing property tours, you know, the Villa Cullinan one, that was, in terms of property tours, our biggest success. It got about almost 3 million views in a few months, maybe 6 months. That was the James Bond style property tour. And yeah, but I must say, I really enjoyed doing the intros and different ideas. There's one property tour, I start with a buggy on a golf course, and we caught ourselves in the middle of the golf course without any authorization, just waiting for these guards to come and throw us out. Yeah, it was cool.
Okay, interesting. My favorite one was Casa Valentino that it was published recently.
The one we just did.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we tried there as well, do something slightly different. I always try to, you know, even though it's true that what works you shouldn't change sometimes, but at the same time I think you always want to be looking for new solutions. And in Casa Valentino we did slightly a different intro, very mixed, also descriptive. It was cool. That's cool. The owner was happy. Now we need to sell it.
Yes. You said that you started working in real estate agency in Drumelia when you were 18 years old, right?
Yes, that's right.
And you started as which position?
Well, back then it was just Sergey and me and one more lady. So I don't think there was a name, but assistant.
Okay. There were just 3 people?
Yeah.
Okay, and it was like a local real estate agency in Marbella, right?
Well, Sergey opened Drumelia in 2003, and he had quite a big and successful business with a lot of employees and a lot of projects and sales. But then there was the 2008 crisis, so he closed down the office and they closed basically the company. And he was actually thinking about going back to Russia, and because of the crisis. But then he decided to stay. He reopened Drumelia in 2009 by himself.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yes.
So now that you started when you were just 18.
Yes.
Yeah, don't worry. So you started working in Drumelia when you were just 18, and now you are running the company as the CEO of Drumelia. Well, I want to ask you, what does your daily life as a CEO look like? What do you usually do on your daily basis?
Well, that's funny because sometimes we've spoken about making maybe a vlog about the CEO life, etc. But the thing is, it's just extremely boring. Pretty much all I do is I sit in the office and have lots and lots of internal meetings with the team, helping basically to carry on building up and growing the company from the inside. That's pretty much all my day. Just internal meetings. Sometimes I meet many clients as well that come to the office. So I'm a bit of a vampire recently. I don't leave the office.
Okay. Well, I guess that's the reality now of when you say you're the CEO,
Depends
everyone thinks.
at which moments of your lifespan of the company you are. Sometimes it's not good to be so much inside. You need to be able to combine also a lot of
We'll speak about your
relationships and
balance, about professional and personal.
Perfect.
Okay, and well, do you have a secret to running a successful real estate agency?
No, but if you know it, tell me, please. Or if you find out. A secret. It just takes a lot of hard work. I think for me personally, working with people is the most challenging and motivating at the same time. So I think that taking that in consideration, considering also that a perfect sales agent is not necessarily a perfect sales manager, and so on, So looking at it from those two angles, I think nobody really prepares you to be a CEO unless you have a CEO that prepares you. So it's a little, it has this, the secret is to keep learning every single day and challenging yourself and admitting your mistakes and not worrying so much about what people think and kind of trying to have a clear vision where you want to go and just follow the steps.
Well, I also want to speak with you about your leadership skills. And as a CEO, I guess you have to be a really good leader. Now, you mentioned how many employees do you have in your company?
35.
35, and you have different departments, I guess.
Yes.
What are the departments, for example?
Well, the main one is sales, logically. Then we also have marketing, we have legal, we have concierge after sale, listings. That's pretty much it for the moment.
How do you understand, how do you know when you hire a person that is going to be a perfect candidate?
You don't. I like this joke that I heard the other day that you can invite me and I will try to give my personal, professional opinion to an interview, but you can also flip a coin because the chance of success is pretty much the same, 50-50.
Well, I guess it's all about the energy that the person does and also experience, knowledge, no?
Yes, I think interviews, like pretty much anything in business, requires a lot of knowledge, skill set, and it's something that you can also develop a lot to start getting high percentage of success.
Would you consider yourself as a good leader?
I try to be. I try to become a better leader every day.
And how do you develop your leadership skills? Is there anything, maybe you read some book that you want to recommend us or anything, any movie?
I constantly try to read different things about it. And yeah, and then practice but I think, yeah, the only way to learn is from, I've had amazing people next to me that I managed to learn from, very different. Sometimes it can be a client, sometimes a business partner. From Sergey I learned a lot of things. But then you at some stage learning from others and theory and books is not enough. You have to start actively implementing it and changing certain habits, getting out of the comfort zone, and then yeah, and pushing yourself constantly to actually learn and not just learn in theory.
Yeah, that's right. And how
And I make mistakes. They are necessary to learn.
Yes, that's right.
Admitting them is the first step to learn them. And so on.
How was your career development? How did you become from a real estate agent to the CEO?
So it was pretty much straightforward in terms of logic. So first I was assisting Sergey, then I started being involved with rentals, then I started being involved with sales, then the team started also growing a little bit. Then at some stage, so I started 2009, rentals 2010-11, sales 2011-2014, increasing the budgets, increasing the client database. Then in 2015 approximately I became sales manager because already we had a few agents. And then in 2020 I think I bought part of the company and I started being more involved with management. And then approximately, but Sergey was always managing the company, the founder, and now my business partner and my ex-boss. And from 2020 was when he started allowing me to manage a little bit, but still overseeing very closely. Then about 2020-21 we were managing together, and then maybe from 2022 he agreed to let go more and more, allowing me to take this role completely.
Okay. Well, it's a very interesting path that you had, actually, you know, that you said that, did you graduate from university or no?
No.
You told me no. Okay. That's interesting because, well, now as a successful businessman, it's like the main point of this whole interview, I'm just telling you, okay, is to share some advice with young people, you know, who are just starting their careers. For example, like me, yes, we're graduating from Le Roche. Lots of people are staying here, and in Marbella, there are lots of opportunities within real estate, you know, like department and everything. So, what would you recommend to a new starting real estate agents? Is there any secret or advice? How would you know that it's your path and who is the perfect candidate for that?
Well, okay, a real estate agent, to know if it's your path or not. Well, first of all, I think you have to have an entrepreneur mindset. Because even though logically you will work in a company or something like that, or maybe not, but being a real estate agent, even in a big company, small company, doesn't matter. The concept of a successful real estate agent is the same concept as an entrepreneur. Because really everything depends on yourself. Everything you can achieve will depend on you by yourself, no matter if you're in a company. And so it's very much goes in parallel to that, and you can make very, very, very little money, or you can make some very successful financial incomes over time, which is a similar idea to an entrepreneur as well. So I think that would be the first step. If you have that entrepreneur mindset, if you have a concept in life about pushing yourself and being proactive in learning yourself, not needing others to teach you and so on, then maybe. Then, of course, you have to understand that you need people skills, even though any skill in the end you can develop to a certain extent. So, and another benefit of a real estate agent, I think that actually it requires a hell of a lot of different skills. So even if your people skills is not your best one, it's only one of them. No problem. If you can develop others or you're good at something else, all of that can be helpful. There's no ideal concept of a real estate agent broker. Used to be before. It was I'm super talkative, I'm super this, that, but now it's so much comes into game. Even how you use technology can make you a much more successful real estate agent than another one that's super great with people skills but doesn't use too much any follow-up tools. So that's that, and then then it's all about choosing the place, the company, your surroundings that can help you learn from people, develop faster, not to waste or lose years of time in places or companies that don't really teach you anything. And then, unfortunately, sometimes I see this, real estate agents have been 2, 5, 10 years in the business, but their knowledge and skill set seems quite limited, unfortunately.
Okay, now I want to talk about Marbella, and Marbella is a destination when you choose it for life, for everything. So, who is Marbella perfect for, in your opinion? When you come here, why people usually come, in your opinion?
Well, I can tell you for sure that I think that Marbella is one of the best kind of luxury destinations, hotspots in Europe because of everything that it offers. It's a mix of a town with everything that a city has to offer in terms of hospitals, restaurants, services, and so on, so on, so. Food is amazing, climate is amazing. I mean, pretty much has everything you want and need, and still being relatively cheap compared to many other luxury destinations in Europe, where both the restaurant ticket or the property per square meter are way far more expensive, and still the areas don't offer what we offer here.
Well, Marbella is called as the best European destination in 2024. It's
Correct.
Not such a small name, it's very grand. And do you think that this place deserves to be called like this?
100%. 100%. And I mean, nothing to add there. It's and still, that idea of it still being a town, I think has a lot of its original beauty and Delusion charm is still kept very much. I think that's also very attractive and very unique, and something that typically we don't showcase that much, but that when you start living here, unfortunately we should, but when you start living here, yeah, it's an amazing combination. The more I travel, the more places I see. I love them, but the more I love Marbella.
What is your favorite place to live in Marbella? And I mean Costa del Sol, not only Marbella, of course.
I mean, I'm sorry, I live in Marbella, I live around here where the office is. That's what I sell because that's what I chose and I think is the best. But depends what you're looking for. You can find amazing places all around Costa del Sol.
Is Marbella only for wealthy people?
No. I mean, depends what you consider wealthy. But no, of course not. I mean, generally speaking, because it's being so demanded and because there's so much real estate investment and investors and billionaire companies and restaurants and services opening up, it's becoming more expensive to live in Marbella in terms of the rental prices are going up, the property prices. So for the locals, or maybe for not so many wealthy people that are considering to move here, it's becoming a little bit more expensive every year to live here. But if you're able to choose, I mean, even in a radius of 30 kilometers, you can find some amazing places. Estepona is absolutely stunning what is happening there. San Pedro development is incredible. And anywhere you look, north, south, east, west, I wouldn't say that Marbella is just for wealthy people at all.
So today we are in Drumelia Office, right?
Yes.
One of the most beautiful offices that I've seen of real estate agency. So we would like to see around. Maybe you
Fantastic.
show us
Of course.
and tell us what is happening here.
Well, we've got pretty much a very informal reception area. We try to design the office in terms of how a house would kind of look like rather than an office. It's got a reception area over here, and then pretty much our main meeting room would be inside, and then we have two different areas of working spaces, everything open plan. We've got the first area over here,
Yeah.
which then connects with the client's kitchen. Also very nice
so
to
beautiful.
have a little bit informal chat, a moment with people not necessarily inside of the meeting room. Nice ceiling height, which is one of the reasons that we decided for these spaces. We've got toilets over here. And then our second work area, also open plan on this side of the office, which then connects as well with a little bit
Yeah.
different style informal meeting room. And then upstairs we have the kitchen for personnel, for us.
Ah,
As there
okay,
was quite a nice ceiling height, we managed to make the double floor.
It's very beautiful. Do you
Thank you very much.
also do you have your own internal design or internal designers?
No, we don't actually. But so here we worked with Pedro Peña, which for me he's the best designer in Marbella, and I think he did an impressive not only design but also architecture work here because he planned and visualized this all these shapes and ideas from when it was just an empty space. Yeah.
Beautiful. I love it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so I have just a few questions for you.
Okay.
left. Firstly, since you're such a big businessman in Marbella, but you also have a family, we saw it on your Instagram, on your social media, how do you manage and how do you balance your personal and professional life? What is the secret?
Well, the secret is first build a professional life and then find the balance. So I'm still in the process of finding that balance.
Do you follow any healthy lifestyle that you usually, as you mentioned in the beginning, you do the swimming now?
Yep.
Well, I guess you spend most of your time here with work, but do you have any healthy habits, eating healthy or something?
Yeah, I try to build up those healthy habits as I go along. I try not to drink alcohol. I drink it very rarely on special occasions or trips only. And healthy eating for sure, 100%. I go to bed about 10:30. I wake up early, try to meditate, and yeah, just building up all those healthy things around my day-to-day. And yeah, so it also helps me to mitigate stress and helps me to be more productive and also, yeah, enjoy more every moment. I think.
Is there any book that you're currently reading and you want to share with us about?
Robin Sharma. I don't remember the name so much, about how to influence people and have more friends or something like that. No, that was Daniel Carnegie. Sorry.
Another of our guests actually mentioned.
Yeah, I read
Sophia.
his book a long time ago, and then I decided to
Yes.
reread it.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, there was a book that somehow I remember I read it many years ago, but had a very good impact on me. Was the typical ones, but still I really enjoyed them. One was Milagros Morning, Mañanas Milagrosas. So how a person started waking up, I think, at 5 o'clock in the morning, and that just that changed his life completely. Remember there was one, the monk that sold his Ferrari, which again was also kind of inspiring. Now I'm more into reading more business articles, that kind of stuff. Short format articles about certain things of management that I can find. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Hope that was helpful.
Perfect. Thank you so much for watching this video. I would like to remind you to subscribe and like this video, as any interactions are super valuable for our channel to grow. If you want to be the next guest in our show on inspiring people on Costa del Sol, then leave a message below.